Welcome back to Walsall Fan TV, the joy and the pain. We are getting ready back into action on Saturday, and Walsall are going to be at home to Super Bradford. Right then, we've got Johnny from Chickens on the Loose. How you doing, Johnny?
Yeah, that's fine.
You've dropped down again.
I need a chair. If anyone wants to donate me a chair, it'd be lovely.
A donation of a chair for Johnny.
Donation of a chair, if anyone wants to send me one.
An extra cushion to sit on. Now, when we had the pre-season predictions, people weren't very complimentary about Walsall and Bradford, and we've kind of had a good start, haven't we?
You're doing all right, yeah. I've seen league table. You're doing all right.
Yeah. Well, now, and Bradford, you weren't expecting to be so high up, were you?
I know, getting a nosebleed up there. Yeah. So MK Dons against the fake rivalry. I thought we were going to lose that, end up winning. Salford, we should have won that ball cross line. Goal line technology definitely needs to be there.
Yeah.
Grimsby, we just weren't very good. Bromley, fantastic against them.
Yeah.
And then Carlisle, fake rivalry galore, end to end.
That was a smash and grab, wasn't it? That was a bit of a smash and grab, wasn't it? I think on the stats they had yet, but it's goals that count. And Andy Cook, we don't like talking about Andy Cook all the time, but I mean, he's there again, isn't he? 4 goals already. He certainly knows where to put. He knows how to score, doesn't he? He's a bit like our DJ, but DJ's been off injured and stuff.
We've got one of your ex-players as well who's crocked.
Who's crocked?
For you guys? Was he Callum Johnson? Did he play for you, or was that Mansfield? Did he play for you, Callum Johnson?
No. You've got Tyreek Wright. He signed for you guys in the summer, didn't he? 2-year contract.
Yeah, he's doing wellish.
You like him, do you, Tyreek Wright?
Yeah, follows me on TikTok as well. Follows me on X as well, shall we say?
How does he? Oh, that's good of him. On the pitch, is he taking players on? Because when he played for Walsall, he never really took players on so much. He was just trying to tick-a-tack around them and pass the ball away rather than going toe-to-toe to take a player on.
He started to down wings, yeah. Against Grimsby when we lost, he was doing well for the first 20, 30 minutes. He was doing well, cutting in, getting past players, crossing it in and stuff. He's coming to his game, I think, a lot better now since he's left Walsall.
He's developing quite well, isn't he? Graham Alexander, I bet he enjoyed beating MK Dons first game of the season.
Oh, what a great ground that is, but not very good support. Middle of nowhere ground, nearest pub's miles away.
We were there on Saturday. MK were quite unfair, really. They didn't let us have the ball. It wasn't very nice of them. But you smashed and grabbed them, didn't you? You went 2-0 up in 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. The second goal was fluky, though. It shot, bounced off a player and went in. It was a fluky goal, but nice ground, but no fans.
Nah. Well, to be honest, I think support-wise, I think they have the average about 8,000. If they were in a normal-sized stadium, that would probably be okay, but all the way through on Saturday, you couldn't hear them.
Yeah, well, it's pretty small ground, though, isn't it? It's a big ground, 30,000. It's best thing about that is Marks and Spencer's breakfast. Get you sent to Marks and Spencer's and have a breakfast. I had an omelette breakfast that day. It was nice.
Yeah. I say we never got the ball off them, really. It's they just passed the ball around. I bet they were like that against you, weren't they, when they were trying to get back into the game? We could have been 4 down at half time against MK. So it was.
Yeah, they was passing it around back, and it's like typically their manager's style. Because I watched him a couple of times. I think is it Gateshead when he managed?
Yeah, Gateshead, yeah.
And he was playing around back and everything like that. He just trying to do the same. And they try to pass ball into net, but it never works.
No. I think he's trying to play Premier League football in League 2. And when you've got somebody like Andy Cook, they just forget all the tick-attack, knock it up into the box, and he's on it. And how about Ollie Sanderson? He's joined you from Fulham on a season loan. Did well for Oxford City last season, scored 9 goals, and then went on to Sutton and scored 4 for Sutton. So how are you finding him so far?
So he started the under-21s, Bradford City versus Newcastle under-21s. He scored a goal, and then he should have scored another one, but it got ruled out for being, I think, offside or a push or something, and he didn't push him. It should have been counted. And then Carlisle, he did well. There's a good player there. He just needs to develop, come to City, develop, and score goals and improve.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be a dangerous player.
He's signed a new contract for Fulham, hasn't he? So it's not a player you're likely to get. Similar for us, Wheelie. We've got a player we've got on loan from Stoke, Nathan Lowe. He scored 2 goals against Huddersfield in the Carabao. So he was impressive in that. Didn't really get much of a sniff against MK, largely because we didn't have the ball, which is the thing. Another player I want to talk about for Bradford, Sam Walker. 5 saves on Saturday. So he's obviously a big part of the team as well, isn't he?
He's a massive upgrade on Lewis, who playing against Carlisle, he just did the same mistakes he did at Bradford.
Yeah.
You know, like when Andy Cook scored his first goal, deja vu, same spot, put him under pressure, he makes mistakes. And obviously he dropped the ball a couple of times. I know Sam Walker threw it into back in net, but with weather conditions and stuff like that, everyone's not robots.
Yeah.
Human after all, and make mistakes. But Sam Walker's definitely a massive upgrade. And I think he can single-handedly could get us promoted this season.
Well, the thing is, if you've got a keeper that's keeping him out, and then Andy Cook stays fit, then it's just doing the damage, isn't it?
I'm dreading if Andy Cook gets injured, though. I'm really dreading that.
Well, the thing is they say one-man team, which is very unfair on the rest of the team. But he is a big part and a big threat for Bradford, isn't he? So you stop Andy Cook, you stop Bradford, yeah.
If he gets injured, we've got Vidame Oliver, who don't even have a sponsor at Bradford City because I think they're expecting him to go out of the door.
Yeah.
We've got Cav, who came from Middlesbrough. He's a good player, but he doesn't seem to finish. Obviously, we've lost Jake Young, Stephen Idge, he's gone. And then we've got Tyler Smith. He's recently been promoted to the subs bench, but last season in the EFL Trophy, he had a fantastic little run. He was banging goals in left, right, and centre. But like, if Andy Cook's get injured, I think we're screwed.
Yeah. So I think, because how old is he now, Andy Cook? Is he 30, 31, 32?
I think he's 33, I think. I don't actually know how old he is.
Let's just check this on here. Hang on. Yeah, he's going to be getting on a bit. It's a few years ago he played for Walsall. He's been with you a couple of years, hasn't he?
It's like it's like obviously I'm doing it live on TikTok as well. We've had emotional damage on TikTok when we went when Sam Walker dropped it in.
Yeah.
He said he loves it how everyone got behind the team straight after Sam Walker's mistake. So the fans are getting behind the players like they did. Like if you concede a goal, our fans come out, cheer you. Even if it's like Sam Walker messed up, the fans get behind you and try to be the 12th man.
Yeah, that's good. We've had a sort of similar thing with Walsall, to be honest. I can't think. I think it might have been against Huddersfield, I think. And we had that where with sort of the fans are really getting behind the team and not sort of start whinging if we concede a goal, and that sort of takes you a long way. I think if you can sort of keep that, that's going to be massive for you. Just checking on there, Andy Cook is 34 next month. So, but we've got one better than that. We've got Albert Adalma. He's 36. He was playing for QPR last season as wing back. He's really a very good quality player. We love him. We love him. He generally doesn't start. He's sort of coming off the bench, and he's got so much composure about him. It's like a steadying influence on the whole of the team, which is sort of a massive one. I think the only nervous thing for me for Walsall is we have had a bit of a defensive issue where most of our defenders have got injured. We've got sort of Donovan Daniels is out, the Priestley Farquharson's out, Osh McKinty is out. So that's 3 that would arguably be starters are all out for a time. So we've got a young back line, which is what we had when Bradford came to us at the end of last season. We got a 2-0 lead, and then Andy Cook got you back into it. And it's those guys he was bullying then are going to be in our back line again. So we'll see whether they've learned from the process. I don't think Harry Williams played in that one. Harry Williams is a very combative guy. And the find of last season, do you know, sometimes you've got a player that is not making the first team and he's a bit of a forgotten man. And then suddenly he gets a game and people realise, hang on, he's all right, he's. Taylor Allen, he was sort of a bit of a utility player. He used to play for Forest Green and he played as a striker and then a winger. And then he went to left back and left wing back. And Walsall played him at left side centre half. And it's like, blooming heck, is he going to be in goal next? But that position has suited him very well. He's got a very good left foot. And he's one of our top performers at the start of the season. Scored a great free kick against Swindon when we beat Swindon 4-0 at their place. That was set us up for the season quite nicely. So it's a tasty one, really. We both had a good start to the season. And it's who breaks first, isn't it? So you're just a point ahead of us in 5th, Walsall in 6th. We got a slightly better goal difference. So a win for Walsall sort of put us back into the top 3. An away win for Bradford would sort of really sort of make us reassess where we're heading, I guess. But I think Walsall will probably have you this time. How confident are you? Because I think your best results have come at home, MK Dons aside.
If Andy Cook plays well, I think we're going to destroy you on Saturday, to be fair. We've got Andy Cook, who probably go up front. If it's the same, because if we would normally win, Alexander normally keeps the same team.
Yeah.
So you'll have Jamie Walker down the right, and I think right down the wings, and substitutes like Poynton coming on and stuff. And if Smallwood has a blinder, you'd be in trouble. Yeah. Halliday, especially down the wings as well, and even could cause you trouble. Andy Cook's obviously scored 2 goals against Carlisle, and I think he could become Bradford City legend by just scoring banging goals in.
I think he is already, isn't he?
Yeah, he's always a legend. If he retires or leaves, I think City fans would be soul destroyed.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think, because he's always carried a bit of weight, hasn't he, Andy Cook? But he knows where the goal is. That's the key. He just needs that half a yard. He scored, like, people get the impression with Andy Cook that he's like, oh, he's one of these that comes in at the far post and heads it in. But I mean, he's scored some good quality goals with his feet as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's some goals he scored, which I think went off the top of my head, but I can't remember which game it was. He just smashed it in with his foot. He's a really danger man. And like, who would you say your danger man is for the game?
Connor Barrett has been doing very well for us. He's a right wing back. We bought him from Foiled, and he's on about 5 assists already. He's been a massive addition. Our midfield is quite strong, and we've got lots of options in midfield. So come half time or just after or around the 60-minute mark, we've got sort of 2 or 3 midfielders we can bring on that are sort of going to improve us. So midfield is strong. Jamil Matt, he's doing well at the minute. Nathan Lowe, as I say, he started off very well, and given a chance, he's a good finisher as well. So I think be an interesting one there. Jamie Jellis, he's central midfield player. He's very combative, gets absolutely everywhere, chases people down. And Charlie Lake in the same, if he goes back into the starting berth. He dropped him to the bench on Saturday, and we played George Hall. George Hall is on loan from Birmingham City. He had an injury-ravaged season last season. The season before that, he played over 40 games in the Championship. So, as talking to Blues fans, if he's fit, he'll be the best player in League Two by a country mile. But when he came on against MK, he just wasn't quite at it. So I think he'd be better off the bench. So watch out for him if he comes off the bench.
Who would you say your weak link is?
The weak link? Well, I think the inexperience of the defence is perhaps a concern. But they have been doing well. So Harry Williams, centre of the back three, he was very, very good against MK. He was our man of the match. One thing I need to mention before I forget, on Saturday, Walsall are going to have a bucket collection. There's a charity that I'm sort of associated with that have now become a Walsall's official partner, and that's Walsall Outreach. They do hot meals for the homeless in Walsall Town Centre. So I'll be rattling some buckets for them on Saturday. They came before, and we had a really good collection. So if we can sort of surpass that this weekend, that'll be awesome. Great charity, supporting the homeless and the needy elderly as well. So that's an important one for Walsall Outreach. That's good.
I think Bradford City's weakest player could possibly be Smallwood.
What position does he play, Smallwood?
Sorry, say that again.
What position does he play?
Midfield.
Ah, got you.
He got him from Hull. He came down to us, but his free kicks and corners are not brilliant.
No.
I reckon you could be a better free kick taker than him, but
I was quite good on free kicks before I broke my knee. Before I tore my ACL. But I'm sure he's far better than me. But Walsall, I think what you'll notice the difference between Walsall from last season and this season, we're so much more competitive in midfield. When Isaac Hutchinson left us, we thought 13 goals, 12 assists. How are we going to replace that? But Isaac Hutchinson never really won any free kick, never really won the ball. He never won any tackles. So we've got that extra midfielder now, so that's combative and winning the ball for us. So we're getting better possession and ball in quality areas and winning the ball back a lot quicker than we were before. There's one player that will probably make an appearance as well, is Ray's Cleary. He's on loan from the Albion, West Bromwich Albion. He came on against MK and looked very, very good. And on our small pitch, in a couple of tight situations, he's quite tricky. He's quite a tricky player. So I think he'll feature at some point. But I say, other than the defence, we've got lots of options. My biggest concern, Liam Gordon, our left wing back, he was injured and didn't play against MK. And the guy that played, Evan Weir, had been really impressive. But on the very big pitch at MK, he got caught out positionally. And he had a poor game, got an early booking, and it sort of unsettled him. He got replaced at half time. So it'd be interesting if Liam Gordon's not fit, whether Evan Weir comes back into there. I would expect him to. Or he plays Charlie Lake in there again. But lots of options in midfield particularly. So whatever's happening with the game on 60 minutes, we've got sort of like a big shot in the arm to sort of push on or sort of to take the initiative sort of thing. So yeah, going to be an interesting one. So
we'll probably have Bobby Poynton as well. He's a danger man for us. I think he will probably start. Yeah, he's from the youth academy.
Okay.
And people at the club, or our fans, love him because he's one of our own. He's come on as like an impact sub recently. So he's going on creating stuff. So I think, like with your guy there, comes on at half time. I think he could cause you trouble.
Yeah. So it's good that Bradford are up there fighting. Obviously, want to be fighting just behind Walsall, ideally. But yeah, I think I'm thinking Walsall will probably get around back on the disappointment from end of last season. But Andy Cook's sure to get one, so I think I'm going to go for 2-1. I think. How about you?
I'm going to go 3-1 Bradford.
3-1 Bradford. Now he's a confident guy. Are you coming down for the game?
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm driving down, picking my friend up from Leeds, and then coming down to sunny Walsall, or up or wherever it is side.
Sunny Walsall. We hope so. Sunny Walsall. Yeah. So if you can get your guys to put a bit of money in the buckets as well for Walsall Outreach, so appreciate that.
And you do a tweet, I'll retweet it.
Okay, nice one. And safe journey down and all that business. And good luck for the season.
Yeah.
So as we say with Walsall, the joy and the pain, and hopefully the tide has turned, and a bit more joy is on the way. But cheers, Johnny. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers. Give us a follow on social media, and also Chickens on Loose podcast on all podcast services. Sneak that one in.
Nice one. Cheers, matey.
Cheers, mate.